right, this is an activity in your workbook, and we're going to start on page 3. So I just want to review something from last year. When we did our proof drawings, we drew a 1 with the dots. We drew 10s with a line. Hundreds were represented by a square, and thousands with a rectangle that is kind of tall. So if we take a look at what we're doing here, if you look at your hundreds, we can count that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is why there's a 5 in the hundreds place. Count your 10 lines. There are 3, and there are 7 ones. So the answer would be 537. And explain your thinking. Well, we used symbols to represent hundreds, tens, and ones, and we counted them and wrote them in standard form. Down here, you're going to model, and these go into 1,000. This page is a little squiggly, just ignore that. On here, we're going to write the number of each, and it says right here, how many ones are there? And we're going to come over and take a good look, and you can count them. They are pretty small. What you can remember is that a 10 has 10 dots in it, and I see that 2 are not circled, so I can literally think of 10 minus 2, and I can get 8. So if I had a hard time seeing that, I would say 8. So we would put an 8 here. Here you're going to count the number of quick 10s, so you're counting the number of lines. And you're going to write that here, and you're going to finish for hundreds and thousands. Here it asks how many 100 boxes could we draw inside each 1,000 bar. So we know that there are 100 dots inside of 100 bar. So see about that. You could count the 10 and then draw your line over. And then what number does this drawing show? You're going to go ahead and put those all together. You're going to say 1,000, 100, 10, and 1. On the next page, you are giving a proof drawing here. It has 1,000. It had 2 hundreds. It has some 10s and some 1s. And they want to know first what this number represents. We see that there is a 1,000 rectangle. We see there are 200 squares. And then you can count the 10s and 1s and put those right here. And down below, they want you to use this same number, but make some changes and see how your number changes. For example, the first number 9 says 3 more 100 boxes. So the 1,000 is not going to change, but they have us pretending we are drawing 3 more hundreds boxes. And then you count all of them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1,000, 500, and then the 10s and 1s do not change, so you're going to write those there. The next scenario goes back to the original number, and it says 0 boxes. So that's why I put an X here. Imagine there were none of these. So you're still going to have the 1,000, but now you're going to have 0 hundreds, and your 10s and 1s will stay the same. All right, so you're going to go ahead every time. You're going to go back to your original number. You're going to make the little change they ask you to, and then you're going to write the whole number out. You can go ahead and skip 17 and 18. On the last 2 pages, you get to do the fun part. You get to do your proof drawings. So using place value, we see this is the number 6. That means 6 ones. And remember I asked you last year when you're drawing ones to go ahead, if it's more than 5, draw the 5 and just start a new row. That way it's really easy to go 5, 6. All right, you have a variety of different numbers. And on the last page, this one actually goes into the thousands. So you're going to start with two thousands, so two long rectangles. You'll have 5 hundreds, 9 tens, and 6 ones. And then number 30 will be your last problem.